Hello! How are you? Oh, I'm good. Thanks for asking. Great. Let's get down to brass tacks then. Question 1. What was the sign of the covenant between God and Noah? And of course, that was a rainbow. You'll find it in Genesis chapter 9. Question 2. Who attempted to kill baby Moses? How dare they? By ordering all Hebrew male infants to be thrown into the Nile. Was it Pharaoh Tutmos I, Pharaoh Ramesses II, Pharaoh Seti I, or Pharaoh Ahmose I? And that was Pharaoh Tutmos. You'll find him in Exodus chapter 1. Question 3. Who was the first disciple to recognize Jesus as the Messiah? Was it Andrew, Peter, John, or James? And that was Andrew from John chapter 1. Question 4. Can you identify the biblical event from this picture? Question 5. Who led a rebellion against Moses and was swallowed by the earth? Was that Dathan, Abiram, Korah, or Balaam? And that was Korah from Numbers chapter 16. Question 6. Which king of Moab hired Balaam to curse Israel? Was that Balak, Og, Sihon, or Eglon? And that was Balak in Numbers chapter 22. Question 7. Who persuaded Ahab to go to battle where he was killed? Was that Elijah, Micaiah, Jezebel, or a lying spirit? And in 1 Kings chapter 22, you will find a lying spirit. Question 8. Which disciple did Jesus tell to feed my sheep? Was it John, Peter, James, or Andrew? And Jesus gave the instruction to Peter in John chapter 21. Question 9. And another picture for you to identify. Question 10. Who killed Naboth to take possession of his vineyard? Was that Ahab, Jezebel, Jehu, or Rehoboam? And Naboth killed by Jezebel in 1 Kings chapter 21. Question 11. Who ordered the massacre of the infants in Bethlehem? Was it Herod the Great, Pontius Pilate, Nero, or Caiaphas? And the answer was Herod. Can you call him the Great with that sort of attitude? In Matthew chapter 2. Question 12. Can you identify this biblical event from the picture? Question 13. Another picture, but which biblical event is it? Question 14. Who conspired to kill Paul, but was thwarted by Paul's nephew? Was it the Pharisees, the Sadducees, a group of more than 40 Jews, or some Roman soldiers? And it was a group of more than 40 Jews who wanted to kill Paul, and that's noted in Acts chapter 23. Question 15. Who lied to the Holy Spirit and died instantly after keeping part of the money from the sale of land? Was it Barnabas, Ananias and Sapphira, Simon the sorcerer, or Demetrius? And perishing was Ananias and Sapphira in Acts chapter 5. Question 16. Which disciple was known for being a zealot before following Jesus? Was it Simon, Andrew, Bartholomew, or Judas Iscariot? And that was Simon the Zealot. You'll find his name in Luke chapter 6. Question 17. Who was the sorcerer in Samaria who tried to buy the power of the Holy Spirit? Was it Elimas, Bar-Jesus, Simon Magus, or Alexander? And that was Simon Magus in Acts chapter 8. Question 18. The final picture. Can you identify the event? Question 19. Who was the king that killed the Apostle James and imprisoned Peter? Was it Herod Antipas, Herod Agrippa I, Herod the Great, or Herod Archelaus? If only they'd been a bit more original with their names, we might have a better chance of remembering. And that was Herod Agrippa in Acts chapter 12. And question 20. Who did Jesus call a true Israelite, in whom there is nothing false? Was it Thomas, Nathanael, Philip, or Peter? And that was Nathanael in John chapter 1. And there we have it. How are you now? Great? Not so great? Oh, feeling pretty bad. Not to worry. You have God and Jesus on your side. Until next time, goodbye and God bless.